Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's a busy night. I don't know how many people we'll have here. Looks like we have one person. I don't think it's Mr. Snotty because he is on a conference call in the other room. So he is busy. So I don't know about you guys, but I was so very annoyed this morning when I woke up to all this nonsense going on with somebody recording a conversation. I don't really listen to all of it because I'm just so annoyed that we can't let this be about a baby. Unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable to me. It truly is. Like, this is about slinging mud at another creator. That's really what this is going to be about. I am very disappointed. I'm very disgusted. And if for some reason somebody was doing something to get some kind of information, so now they're not going to, right? Because we've had to have this big old, I hate that creator, so I'm going to sling some mud rather than care about a baby that was put in a dumpster. I'm I wasn't even thinking that we were going to talk about this tonight, but I just can't even stand it. How are we going to go down that road? Who the hell taped somebody's conversation and wanted to get that out enough that they don't care about a child? Hey, Liz. Right? Oh my God. I ended up not listening to a lot today. I was so seriously. We don't care about a baby that much that we want to continue to sling mud. I'm so thoroughly annoyed. I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't know what kind of people want to do shit like this. Do you really hate somebody bad enough that that's all you care about? I don't know. I don't have that kind of hate in my heart. There are people I dislike. I dislike Unirock and Nonsense a lot. And Katie Joy. But you know what? I don't dislike any of them enough to overshadow a baby that has been put in a trash. I'm so annoyed right now, and I don't know what to even think about as far as, again, right? Jeff, what the hell happened? My thinking is, I don't know Cher. I don't know what she's actually up to. She doesn't seem like my cup of tea to begin with, but whatever, you know. Definitely, I wasn't down with anybody. I don't think it's okay to really defend people like that. But you know what? If she actually was just trying to get information, well, she's probably not now. And was all of this shit okay? Can we ever let something be about this baby boy? Just let it be about him. Oh, the circus surrounding this story is why I step back, and I can't believe it's gotten this. Oh, it has. It has gotten this bad. Me either. I don't know everybody's truth. I don't know, and I don't care. I know my truth for sure. I know I'm going there in 2 days, and I'm not making a damn dime. I'm not trying to make a dime. I am. I also understand that some people have spent a lot of money going there. I'm not putting anybody down for anything they're doing. except for making this other than what it should be about. Because you want to get back at Molly. What the F is wrong with these people? That means more to you than what? Than your damn soul? I mean, and everywhere I go, people are like, oh, okay, well, you just want to do what Molly told you to do. First of all, I have a brain of my own. I use it. I do not let anybody tell me what to think or do. Never have. I do happen to like her. I do. But I can tell you right now, there is nothing about anybody that is going to make me behave like a complete soulless asshole over a poor little baby boy. I don't think anyone means to release with themselves. Right. Well, okay, you're absolutely right. Advising them to do what anybody should advise them to do is to shut up. That's just a fact. Now, if somebody was going to get information to find out where that baby is, maybe, okay, they're probably not going to now. Quite frankly, anybody who should tell them what to do, again, would be to shut up. Right. But the reason they're doing all of this, because they are after Molly. This is what these people are doing. Look what all these people are doing to go after Letitia and drag her through the mud because they want to get to Molly. I don't understand this kind of hatefulness, and I frankly want nothing to do with this kind of shit. I don't. You know, the first day I heard about Quentin, I couldn't find anything about it, and I just talked about it that night, and it was a couple days before everybody else was picking it up. I could not find out the family dynamics. There was almost nothing out there. And now it has become, like you said, Liz, a circus. A circus. And I have never intended to go down there to cause any kind of inciting anything. I was really hoping, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was hoping that I could meet up with Keeping It Real. She had been on here and said she would text me or email me, and I haven't heard from her. And I was really hoping to do that. I kind of want to do some sleuthing going around the town. I don't know. The whole thing has my heart. It just has my heart. But this kind of mudslinging is so... It just infuriates me. It does. Right. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is, okay, I understand that. But you know what? At no point does a baby that's been put in a dumpster override anything that you're going to take somebody and have this come out. Like you have some big story, some bombshell. That's what I heard. I couldn't even listen to all of this stuff today. I was like, I can't. I find it disgusting that someone's like, oh, look what I got. You know, can you talk about this shit when you're talking about nonsense and horse shit? When you're talking about a baby, you'd rather sling mud than that. Now, I guess, you know, oh my word. I can't really believe it. I was so disturbed today that this is the kind of thing that people want to do. Oh, I want to bust somebody that I don't like. I am going. Wow, I haven't seen. Wow, I need my glasses. K Junk, I haven't seen you here before. Have I seen you here before? We are going. We're going Wednesday morning. We're leaving here. We'll be there that evening. No, you're right. It doesn't belong in true crime. I am, I know that I can't be totally true crime. I think I've told you guys I grew up with this. My dad was a homicide detective, and this is how I grew up. You know, before he passed away, I loved when there was new cases and the news and stuff. I would call him and get his take on it. He always had such a crazy take on things. For 12 years in a row, he was Detective of the Year. They knew there were people that when they would go to interrogate certain people, they would not speak if my dad was in the room because he just had this knack for it. I grew up like this, and it's just in my blood. And I know I can't do it constantly. I also want to have some kind of fun times. It's really hard to live in that world. And it is. You can't even imagine, Jaguar. I've done so much research on some of his cases. Like, it is crazy. And I do remember many years after he even retired, they would have a case going on locally, and they would come over to him and bring him everything and just get his opinion and stuff because he just seemed to have this knack for it. He was really good at it. But that was very hard on him emotionally, of course. There was one that he got to the scene and she was face down, but she was like my age, and he was like, God, don't let that be Jackie. He goes, please, please, please. It's a lot. There's a lot involved with it. So I'm very involved in this stuff, but I'm trying not to. I want to also keep things kind of light, but I will never play hell with a life with a child. I'm not going to play a game with that kind of crap. And I'm very pissed off tonight. I was so upset this morning when I heard all this. I thought, what the hell? You seriously can't say to yourself, there is a baby in a landfill, and these people are acting like assholes over there. But you want to play these YouTube games? This is insane to me. Oh my God. Yep, you're absolutely. I have 7 grandkids, and it just, yep, I 100%, Jaguar, 100% agree. Hello, Justice. Hello. I'm trying to see without my glasses. Or we just. No, that's exactly right. Something happened to one of my kids. I have told my kids I would do anything on earth for my kids. But something happened to one of my grandkids, it's on. And now clearly we don't have this kind of issue in our family, but if one of my kids did something to one of my grandkids, no, that's where we draw a line here. My grandkids mean my world. And I think most people feel this way. Of course, you have that kind of nonsense going on over there. Those are people that are just, something's freaking wrong with them. That is generations of bad behavior. And Billy Joe has raised 2 people that have taken lives. Something's extremely wrong in that. I've been doing research on this. That is not normal at all. I'm trying to find cases. The cases I'm finding are where they are at least the same situation where 2 siblings were involved. 2 separate, there's something super wrong here. Right. Oh, I don't even want to hear your damn lies. I don't want to hear it. And, one thing, like I told my kids, don't ever drive if you've been drinking. Call me. We'll work it out. I might be angry at you, but before they were old enough, or if that were to happen, I'll come get you. I'll get you a taxi. Don't drive. It's not worth it, and we'll work it out. I've told my kids, listen, I'm going to overreact. My first reaction is to overreact. I was a very stern parent, but I said, whatever happens, we will work it out. We'll get past it. We'll handle it. But let me tell you something. Don't test me with my grandkids, because that's where we're not going to work nothing out. I won't have it. And this came out about with Casey Anthony when all that was happening. I was like, wait, you do understand, right? Because I am your biggest fan in life. I'm going to always defend you, but not with my grandkids. Because first of all, you can just give them to me. And I've watched all my grandkids. I watch them. They don't go to daycare. But no, we weren't, none of us were raised in violence. And they have been raised in violence. This is generations of shit. I heard something the other day. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up with you guys. It was told me to come. Right. It's not, none of this stuff's worth it. We'll work it out. Right. Yep, that's what I always said. I don't give a shit if you're 50 years old. If you need your ass whipped, I'll whip your ass. That's what will happen. Right. I'm trying to feel like maybe the reason they are doing this is because they don't want to screw it up. I'm assuming that's why. That's why she's not arrested. But who goes out in the yard and makes an ass of themselves? Who does this? People who don't behave. They don't behave. And I have found it disgusting that there are channels that are trying to stay on their side. I don't know what their motive is. I don't care. I can't pretend to go along with shit like that. I just can't. I could never pretend that I'm going to go along with that. Like I've told you guys, you know what? When I die, you're not going to open a closet and find all these skeletons, because I got a big fat mouth and I just can't. I have to give my opinion. I don't have a choice. I can't hold it in. So there's no way I could listen to their shit. But people are doing things not to do not for good. They're doing it so they can get back at another creator. Something's wrong here. This is all part of this world going straight to hell. Oh my God, I'm still so angry at Casey. Me too. That's why I say I think he might be too. I think you're right. Well, he definitely knows something. There's no way that any other adult in that house doesn't at least know something. There's no way around it. But yeah, I think what's happening is America, we're not going to tolerate her getting by with it. Because to me, we've gotten by with people doing this shit to their kids and they're getting by with it. And that can't happen anymore. We're not going to tolerate that shit. We are done with that crap. I mean, it's bad enough. O.J. Simpson, the list goes on. But, there's all these people. When you see that, Casey Anthony is having a bar fight, really, how the F does she get to have a bar fight? Her ass needs to be behind bars. Everybody knows she's guilty as shit. That's just a fact. Most of the hate. Wait, I'm really behind here. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm so frustrated over this. I don't. You know what though? See what a lot of people. Hi, the Mexican chick. Welcome. So one thing that I keep hearing people get or misunderstanding, Billy Joe did not ask for those for Leilani and Danny to leave. She asked for all of them to leave. The paperwork says she wanted the kids out too. And Billy Joe raised two kids that took lives. I'm giving her no breaks whatsoever. I do. There is a part of my heart when I hear her cry that as a grandmother, but hey, hell no. Mm-mm. If my kids were mistreating my grandkids, they're just staying here. Go about your business, do whatever you got to do. Oh, stop. Oh, God. Oh, that hurts my heart. Poor baby. Did he ever get a costume he wanted? Well, he only had one. How many? How? Justin said it best, and it still is hard to even hear and think about, but Justin gave the comparison that um, just like Summer Wells, um, uh, Quentin probably saved his siblings. And I thought that way too. When we first found out they took the kids out, I thought, well, God, maybe this generational shit will stop now. But that's so hard. You shouldn't, like my husband said last night, it shouldn't take a life to save, a sibling is not supposed to lose his life to save his siblings. It's just so sad. And I do think that we will see justice. But obviously we've seen too many times they just went and arrested um, Casey Anthony over some dumb charge. And we were very happy about that. Everybody was happy because they couldn't stand it. But look what happened. She walked. Oh, God. That poor baby. I just, and he's so sweet. His little face. And he looks like his mother. Why did she couldn't stand him? Well, I'm sure he couldn't stand her either. Kids know when they get those feelings. They get them. They know. And these people are going to try to throw it onto everybody else. Of course they are. And they're just showing their ass out there. They're showing their ass, making sure that they're just helping the prosecution, as far as I'm concerned, at some point. Oh, don't they? God. Can you imagine? Can you just, I could not imagine when I think back about, some of the stuff that my grandkids say, because my grandkids call me Dobby. And I know one day in kindergarten, my grandson said, my teacher said that you're my grandma. And I said, no, she's my Dobby. And my Dobby does not have eyebrows. So if you're telling me somebody has eyebrows, then that's not my Dobby, and that's not my. Oh my gosh! And I'm just like, oh, okay. So can you imagine if your grandkids are like, oh, that's what my grandma's doing, out partying, putting out disco balls, fighting with people. We all have our grandparent. My granny was like the whole town knew my granny. Everybody in town knew who she was. I thought her name was Granny because literally everybody would say, where's Granny? Where's Granny? When I first heard her name, I was like, I thought her name was Granny. Everybody in town knew. If we went to the nurse at school, they said, ask Granny what's wrong. She knows. They didn't say, did she just show her ass out in the front yard? This is shameful behavior. Shameful. Beyond shameful. And of course, people probably should have known that this shit was going to happen. But you never really believe it's going to happen. When I pick up my 3 and 2-year-old grandsons from school. Right? Oh my God. I was so sad because my little baby loves me to death. And just so you know, my dad was named Jack. I'm Jackie, and my little baby is Jack. And he's just this little precious baby. He just loves his doggy to death. And the other night when I had my costume on, he wouldn't kiss me. He kept turning his head, and I was like, what happened? And I didn't realize he didn't recognize me, because you have that love for them. And they are the biggest blessing on earth. Absolutely. Even my 15-year-old granddaughter, always, I love you. I love you. So this kind of shit is so unbelievable to me. And for it to go on, every day there's a new story of this crap. And I was a very young mother also. I had 2 kids before I was 21 years old. I evacuated from Philippines clear across the world with 2 babies and 2 car seats and 2 diaper bags. On naval ships, on cargo planes with dogs and cats and all this shit. And I was a child myself. But I took care of my kids. You either do or you don't. You either are going to do this or you're not going to do it. And some people just don't care. But I don't know. Even if you don't care, you don't just hate. You don't. When they get a boo-boo, you're sad. You want to fix it. You don't cause them. God. Ugh. I know, because you know what? I'm happy they're not in the house. They got to get out of there. But where are they at? So sad. Ugh. This stuff is just heartbreaking. I feel so bad. Those poor babies. Yeah, and what we've been hearing from Betty, she's saying that people are telling her that Zane doesn't really even talk. To think that they probably need extra care or this or that, and no one cares. I do too. God, I do too. But look at the Turpin kids. That didn't happen. And you just can't believe the shit. You can't really even believe it's real. Again, you know what? Every once in a while, I'm thinking, what have we heard any more about, what are their names? Dylan and, oh my gosh, those 2 boys that were adopted. And come to find out that the family moved there. They were never even moved there with them. The ones in Bakersfield, California. Right. What if, if he doesn't speak? So, we all tend to, I tell the kids sometimes, you know what, they're fine. They're fine, because they seem to go overboard on certain things. They're okay. But you know what, at least our kids are on top of everything that they might need extra help with. They're on top of that. Right. You know what? I haven't even looked into that for a while, but what is happening there? Because they didn't even Those kids never went with them. Ugh. They're not always ending up in better situations. I would say majority of the time they're not. Right, right. Yeah, Sky, I think, can very possibly come out of this very well if, if she's in a good home. And Zane, if somebody is willing to put it in for him, I bet you he can. I'm sure he can. But he's already messed up for sure. I mean, no doubt. For all we know, he saw what happened. I have been so fortunate to have had wonderful parents and to have had an amazing family and all of this. I don't know this kind of life. I know I've learned a lot about it through the years, but it's still hard to really get your head around it. To think that there's so many kids out there dealing with this stuff. Like Orrin and Orson, and then even the ones in Houston. Those kids living in that apartment by themselves with the baby and they're gone. Oh shit. Their hell is not even good enough for these people. It's not. I still agree. You hand all these people over to us and we will handle it. The public will handle it. Because there is no punishment enough for these people who do this stuff to children. To kids that can't defend themselves, what are they going to do? What I understand when at Sky they test. Yeah, yes. My understanding is that every one of the kids, when she had all the kids, she tested positive. And Sky was the one that Billy Joe did not have custody of. So I don't understand. Here in Arizona, if you test positive, that baby cannot be released to you. It has to be released to somebody else. Your parents or maybe this, the father, whatever. Yeah, because I believe that maybe, I think they all tested positive for something. Somebody has said it. Who knows? There's so many different fathers and different shit all over the place. My God. And I hate to say this because I still have the same motive I've had for the whole time. But all day today, I've almost even wanted to say to Mr. Snotty, maybe we shouldn't go because this becoming such about creators, that's got me pretty wound up. They did. Yeah, I think so. I think they did all have it. Yes, they had a young couple. Yeah, see, I don't understand why all this just got to happen. I don't understand. This is CPS, if you ask me. This is a CPS shit that always winds me up. Right. But what did they do about it? Okay, we know about it. We've opened a case up and then went on to harass somebody who's actually just correcting their children. Don't want them to act like assholes so that maybe they can become productive people, adults. Oh, they did take. So who had custody of the baby? Because of my understanding, Again, I don't know. This is so convoluted. My understanding is that Billy Joe had custody of the two boys. So they took the baby from the hospital, but then gave the baby right back. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, because I'm like, wow, I'm so confused. Okay, okay. Thank you. Like, well, what did they do? Yeah. Are you from that? Are you in Georgia, K Jump? Because I know I'm in Arizona. And I have had family members that um, had babies that were tested positive, and they don't have custody. They still don't. They are not even allowed to visit their kids without supervision. Few days is what I understand from the father's end. So they took the baby for a few days, and then that's that. I don't know. There's just something really wrong with this whole deal because, and also my understanding is that, so I'm not sure if she was going to lose custody of the boys, and so that's why her mother took them. But it wasn't like a fight necessarily because Leilani didn't, she didn't fight to keep the kids. And then I hear it was just that she took them so that she wouldn't, so that they wouldn't be taken. But then why not the baby? See, none of this makes any sense to me. It tells me that we're not going to keep track of what the hell's going on. If you took two kids, why would you let the baby who's tested positive for drugs go home with their? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I don't blame the police there, and my eyes are on CPS, and they always are because so many times you've seen this. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Gabriel Fernandez, but mm, that one's a big, big, big problem. Oh, okay, you're in New York. They do, they do, and I'm not. I hear these. I hear that they're overworked. They have a heavy caseload. I know anytime you're involved with the government, you have a lot of bureaucracy. You have a lot of things. But I'm sorry, I just can't. With that Gabriel Fernandez, that is so hard to even know about. You just can't. You just cannot even, if you don't know about that case. And, part of me says look into it. When I first watched that, I told my kids about it, and immediately they were like, what the hell? Why did you even tell us this? That one hurts a gut. That's exactly right. They have nothing to do with it. Hey, I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to be put in this situation. You could very easily have been a damn responsible person, and I wouldn't be here to annoy you at all, okay? That's exactly right. How about that? No one asked me about this shit. But here I am, you know, a pain in your ass, a thorn in your side, and So now what? Oh, it so pisses you off. And you know what? You can take them to a hospital, or you can take them to a church. You can take them to a hospital. You can take them to QT, for Pete's sake. There are safe places you can take them to. They don't need this shit. Why? And I don't know if I've told you guys, but my daughter and son-in-law, they're trying really hard to adopt, and they want to adopt a foster child and get them out of the system. They have said they want ages 8 to 12 because those are the ones that are the hardest to be adopted. Any sex, any race, anything. They want to help a child not have to be involved in this. It's not happening very fast, not at all. And you cannot tell me there's not a kid out there that needs it. But what the hell? Now, they've gone through over a year of classes and this and everything, and they barely have even bothered to let them know that there's a child that's needing to be adopted. I find that hard to believe. Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, because how old is Zane? He's 3. I'm not quite sure, but I think I did hear that Billy Joe didn't have custody of her own kids. I don't know. I did also hear that she tried to hide, she tried to, her son that is in prison for, taking a life already, that she tried to uh, get him out of town and not have to face that consequence. Didn't really surprise me. He's about to be, okay. So she had him at 17, I guess, then. Wait. No, her sister had custody of him. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I heard that she didn't have custody of her own kids. That's not surprising with her arrest record and all that. Like I said, this has been generations of shit going on that I don't know what you do about it. But it's just so heartbreaking to, and this is something that I always tend to go back to, that when people are trying to hassle with the cops. Like I said, my dad was a homicide detective. My brother was a search and rescue coordinator for the state of Arizona. They took those cases on very, very hard. They did not just go home and go to sleep. They didn't barely came home at all, and that stuff stayed with them forever. I called my brother when this quit a couple weeks ago, and he said, I really can't do this right now, sis. He said, I can't. It's too hard. I can't get involved with it right now. I remember him being very emotionally involved. They do. They love these kids too. They can't stand it either. And me and my siblings, there are 6 of us. Raised by a single mom. She was a good woman, I guess, apparently. Sounds like it. Yeah, my parents were divorced too. My mom I was one when my parents divorced. There's 5 of us. But they were very involved. I mean, we were very involved with our dad. It was not a bad situation for us. Not for us kids at all. I always said when I was really little, if I said to my mom, sometimes I would say, well, I heard that dad's not good. And she was like, I don't know where you heard that at because he's the best dad you could even ask for. My mom never ever badmouthed my dad. My dad never badmouthed my mom. My dad came and got us all the time. We did everything together. Right? Yep, nope, that's exactly right. Same here. Actually, I think we were quite spoiled, but yep. Yeah, I say the same thing. My mom, hey Frazzle, we're having this big conversation about this nonsense going on today. My mom, it's so funny. She worked at a steel factory and she was the only woman to work there at the time. She wore steel-toed shoes and a hard hat because it paid good money. And she had 5 kids. Like I said, my dad was involved. He paid child support. He bought us a lot of stuff. It wasn't a bad situation for us at all. But yeah, everything for in our home, everything. My mom would never remarry. She wouldn't even. She always said, "I can't have a man in here. I can." She just wouldn't. She was too nervous. I always wanted her to, because I didn't want her to work so much. I wanted her to. Yep. I remember my mom dated this guy for a while, and he would take me to places. He never hung out at our house, and then he just was gone. And I asked her what happened because he took me to do fun things. And she said, well, he wanted to get married. And I'm like, well, what? Why didn't you marry him? And she said, no, I have 4 girls. I can't, I just can't have that. I don't have anybody else in the house. I said, wow, maybe you wouldn't have to work so much. But no, that's the kind of where I come from. A mother that does everything for their children, not one that gets all high and does whatever the hell she wants to do, not give 2 shits about her child. Yeah. And you never know. I always had I've always had the greatest respect for my mother. Um, and then sometimes I think she would have taken better care of her health had she remarried, and she wouldn't have passed away so young. But she wasn't going to do that. And I don't know. I think so many times you find a lot of very selfish mothers out there. Young mothers are selfish. Like we talked about Casey Anthony. You're not going to stop me from going out. You No, that is supposed to stop you. That's exactly what it does. You're a mother, then that, and you're just a mother is what you are. To me, from the minute I became as soon as I got pregnant with my daughter, from then on, I'm a mother. That is who I am. That is my identity. Now I'm a grandma. That's who I am. I may never do anything, never succeed at a damn thing, but loving my family and taking care of them. Alert 2000. Yep. You know what? That is so. Same here. Okay, John, same here. Yep. Everything was about us. Everything. Mostly about me because I was the baby. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a spoiled brat. No doubt about it. I was a spoiled brat. I had all my older siblings spoiling me, and my mom and dad spoiling everybody spoiled me rotten. But yeah, my mom spent all of her time with us. So nice. Is your mom still? You still have your mom? I'm just curious. And where you are? Where are you in the six? What number are you? My husband, Mr. Snotty, he was the baby in his family too. So we both are like, okay, we both were spoiled. So we both get our way. We weren't the kids that got everything all the time, but we had the best Christmases always. My mom loved Christmas like crazy. It's just sad when you see these kids that just need a mom. They just need to be loved. It's just sad when you see these kids that just need because you know what? You don't need love. It's just sad when you see these kids that just need because you know what? You don't need love. Your number 5. So yeah, I didn't have a lot. We didn't have, my mom owned our house. We didn't, oddly enough, today it's worth a lot of money, lot of money, but we don't have it anymore. But it wasn't a big house. It was actually very small, but she coddled me and hugged me tight all the time. And we had so much love in our family, and we didn't do without for sure. And that's all that kids need. They just need, my daughter and I talked about this with them trying to adopt. I said, the sad thing is that these kids they're in this system and stuff, as parents, we discipline our kids, we get on to them, we do certain things, but you know what else you do? You also say, I'm proud of you, I love you. I don't know how many of these kids get that reassurance of, yes, you have to say, you can't run out in front of a car, you're going to get a swat on your butt, I can't let you do that. But you're also saying, look how cute you are, look how awesome you are, how smart you are, all these things. I just feel like so many kids don't get the affirmation even. It's just nothing but ugly. My mom is no longer here. Oh, I'm sorry. One of 4 best Easters. I know, I'm with you, K Junk. I'm with you. My mom, my mom passed at 47. She was really, really young. And in just 2 months, it'll be 42 years she's been gone. And I don't, not a day goes by that I don't miss her so much. Oh, yep. Oh, it is. You don't understand it. I never knew after having my own kids, I never knew there could be such the strong emotion you would have with a grandchild. I really didn't understand it. And then you have a grandchild and it's, oh my Lord. When I had my daughter, I was so overwhelmed with emotion. I didn't even know what to do. And then, you have your kids and it's just, they're amazing. And that grandchild, you just are like, oh, hit you in the gut, in the heart. It just take you away. Yep. No, it is so true. It's so funny because since I was the baby, my brother was 16 when I was born. And so I was 5 when he had his first child. And I had been the spoiled brat for so long that here came my mom's first grandchild. And my mom just was, you know, gaga over her, just went crazy. And I was like, the hell's going on here? Because I'm pretty much the one who is spoiled here. Yeah, I never understood that. I was like so annoyed by my niece. For a while, I got over it. Oh yeah, my mom was just nuts over that kid. And I was like, what the hell? She's kind of annoying. Oh my gosh. It's crazy to think of. And that's what I'm thinking. I can't even imagine. And I can't imagine my grandkids thinking that I'm out in the street carrying on like a damn fool. Any of that. Any of it. It all takes something. It's not just, I think of the respect that people in town had for my granny and the respect people had for my mother, and you want to emulate that. You want to say, you want to be that person. And I love it. My granddaughter likes me to take her to school, and she's in high school. She likes it. She loves it. And I cannot imagine life being any other way because it would just kill me. Yeah, but you know what? They're still there. I still talk to my mom all the time. I tell her all kinds of stuff. I was only 12 when my mom passed, and so I've been talking to her every day for 42 years. And it's hard because my kids, I've told them all about my mom, and I just wanted them to, my daughter actually said to me one day, Mom, I'm sorry, but we don't miss your mom. And I wish we did, but we don't. We didn't know her. And I was like, what? But it's true. And they didn't know her, so how could they? Because my daughter was so tore up when my dad passed, but she knew her. Oh, you're going to bed? You know what? Thank you so, so much for that. And I think I'm probably not going to come on tomorrow because we are going to get up so early to leave. And yes, I hope you will check in because I'm going to try to show whatever I can over there. But thank you so, so much, Jaguar. Thank you. Yep, we all just got to keep praying that that baby can be put to rest somewhere other than a damn landfill. I tell myself all the time, you know what? God has his hands around him. He's finally not being abused anymore. I don't know what you do. You do too. You talk to her. I always say that I tell my husband that, people tend to go, okay, well, like on the anniversary of someone's death, they do something, and I get that, or like their birthday or something. Every once in a while, I'll just be like, oh my God, today's my mom's birthday. Wow. Because my whole thing is it's any given Tuesday. I don't have to have a specific date. Every once in a while, I just wake up and go, okay, I feel like can't breathe. So I just get in the shower and ball my head off. I'll be watching, and who knows, I'll be. Oh, wow. Okay, that would be awesome. Well, let me know for sure, Jaguar, if you do that. That would be awesome. Yes, I do want them to be late. It's just so the trash. Oh, God. It's like she just did the final horrible. Uh, I don't know who could do it. Help you, right? No, I do too. I do too. I always say, "Oh my God," This- and it is harder when you have your own kids and you just want your parents to know your kids. But my son is so much like my mom. He never met her, obviously, but he's a lot like her. Looks a lot like my dad and acts a lot like my mom. But it comes through when you have all these siblings and everybody is, we have a huge family, and it's awesome. My mom is the oldest of 10 kids, and the youngest of the 10, my aunt, her sister, is at all of my grandkids' games, and she's very involved in our life. She's just been amazing. My siblings, everybody is. No, oh, I'm gonna try to be, I'm gonna be safe. Because you know what? I'm not gonna get involved in stuff, Frazzle. I'm not going to. I'm definitely not gonna get involved in trying to fuss with creators and have nonsense like that. Oh, you lost your mom 2 years ago. I'm really blessed. My brother and sister follow him. Oh, no, you know what? I know what you're saying, K John. I get it. You know what? This is me too. I didn't handle it well for a long time. I got to be honest with you. Like, for like 6 years, I was not okay at all. I really did not know how to live without my mom. I didn't. I was her baby. I was everything. I didn't know how to handle it, and I didn't handle it well at all. I have always said that my daughter saved my life because having my daughter gave me so much to live for, and I already had a lot to live for, but I missed my mom so much. I really couldn't handle it. And my daughter just overwhelmed me with so much love that I just couldn't. No, you're right. But you're right. That's the same way I feel. There's certain times when it's like you just had this overwhelming feeling of their presence. Yeah. No, I totally get what you're saying. I do. Oh, wow. See, they do that. And those kinds of things happen because we need them. I think so. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think those things happen. Yeah, she is still there, but you can't, you can't touch her, you can't talk to her, but she is there. You have to. No, this is what happened. We need these things to happen for us. We do. I think so. I know. I know. I used to think, I would do absolutely anything if I could just have it one more minute, just one more minute. And you can't. You just can't. But they're still there. They are still there, and that's why they let you know in those ways. They let you know in those ways, and it's just always something that it happens to everybody. You're not the only one. We all go through this, and but yet part of me would always feel like I've had the worst life in the whole world because nobody even knew what a great mom I had, and all these things. Well, of course, everybody has. Most people do. Well, not everybody, but most do. They do. Yeah, I actually did too. Believe it or not, and I was only 11. No, it doesn't. It stays with you because it's a mom's love. It's that unconditional love. It's that amazing thing that happens. That and I've said before to people, I didn't have my mom very long, but at least I had a wonderful one. And so some people will never feel what I felt. Some people could have their mom forever and they still don't have they didn't have a good one. And so I can't imagine not ever knowing how much I meant to her. Right there, yeah, there was no question what I meant to my mom, and I meant everything to her. Her kids meant everything to her. There was no doubt. Yeah, and that's just something that not everybody will know. Some people will never know it. I know. You know what I do? This is so funny when you say this, Cajun. Okay, this will make you laugh, but my mom's fingers always smelled like nicotine, like cigarettes, and I think of that all the time. That smell, like you were saying, the perfume, whatever. I will just smell that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because I just always had her hands around me. I knew what they smelled like. Oh yeah, no, you do. You do feel cheated, and especially when you see people who can't behave themselves, and you're like, well, that's awesome. They get to have a mom, then, and nobody in the whole damn family knows how to act. We all behaved ourselves, and I don't get to have one. What the hell did I do wrong? No, you do. You feel cheated. Of course you do. I do too. I absolutely do. And I used to a whole lot more. I had to come to some really good terms with that because there was nothing I could do to fix it. Nothing. Hmm. And then you see selfishness and bullshit, and you're like, really? Yeah, it is. Yep, I feel the exact same way. Like I said earlier, I feel like, if my mom had just remarried, she might have taken better care of her health and she wouldn't have died so young. But who knows? You know what? There's somebody else involved here, and it's not us. I don't know what anyone else's feelings are. I'm not trying to tell anyone else how to feel, but um, God is involved, in my opinion, and so this is what had to happen, I guess. And honestly, I actually did for several years after my mom passed. I totally lost my faith. I did for a long time. I lost faith in God. I blamed him, and that didn't help me out any. Right, me too. Absolutely. No, I think what we cannot do, we cannot allow anybody to think anymore that you can just put a child in the trash can and move about your life. That's just not okay. Besides the fact you're going to sit outside and party and do drugs and carry on like a complete worthless ass that doesn't even give a shit about it. Because how many times have any of us as mothers, not okay, when I put my grandson down for a nap every day, he cries for not even minutes and he falls asleep because he's exhausted. That hurts my heart. When I set him down in there and he's crying, I walk out and I have to just be like, oh God. Because I'm like, I'm sorry, honey. I don't want you to be sad. I'm so sorry. I don't want you to be sad. Nobody. So all these thoughts about what these people are doing with these kids, it's just too much. And frankly, people just, first of all, they don't take responsibility. To me, people in general, a lot of people don't take responsibility for shit. Hey, Beck. Um, did you miss our whole mom reminiscence? Mr. Snotty is in the house. Yeah, and it hurts your heart. Can you imagine if you thought nothing of just knocking them in the face or something? I mean, good God. It's really hard. Oh, right, right. We were talking about how some of us lost our moms very, very, very young, but we also know that some people will never have as good a mom as we had. And for that, we have to be so very, very thankful, because we're talking about a young mother who threw her baby in a dumpster, which is unbelievable to most people. You can't really get your head around it. How in the hell a person can go there? Right. And that's just it. What all did they live through? And again, did Quentin save his siblings? Just like Summer probably saved her brothers. That's not the way that shit's supposed to work. But quite possibly, if nothing else, maybe it just stopped the whole damn cycle of dysfunction beyond belief. Because what did they go through? If Zane doesn't even talk, I mean, shit. I can remember, I couldn't wait for my daughter to start talking. And let me tell you, she hasn't stopped since. Sometimes be careful what you wish for, okay? And my granddaughters just carry on, and I love every syllable that comes out of their mouth. I can't get enough of it. And if this child didn't even talk, there's something's wrong with that. And I don't believe it's something that they looked into. I'm pretty sure they didn't give a shit. I don't know. Some people try to say that she favored the oldest one, but her favoring a child, did that really mean anything? Because I think she pretty much favored herself. That's about. And again, she wasn't raised right. We know that. Still not an excuse. Oh my God. Their first words, every single thing. Yep. Yeah, because I do worry about Zane, of what he saw that night. I'm certain that Paul and Danny, all of the adults in that house know what happened. Whoever, to what position they were all involved in it, I don't know, but they all know what happened. But did Zane know? That right there is going to be with him forever. But it can happen. They can end up. You guys, do you remember the Diane Downs? Remember that? She shot her kids and then shot herself in the arm. It's this. Of course, she had some stupid. But one of her kids lived and testified against her. But that girl was adopted by the prosecutor. This was many, many years ago. And she had a really good life. But she watched her mom shoot her siblings, and hungry like I read a book about it such a long time ago, and I can't remember what the name of it was, because she used to live in Arizona, and then she moved to Oregon, is where she did that to her kids. It was pretty much a Susan Smith deal, the guy that really didn't give a shit about her anyway, but he said it was because he didn't want kids, so she just, got rid of him. Yeah. Because we all just give so much shit about a man that doesn't want our kids. You don't want my kids, no problem. Get the hell out of here. You don't deserve to be around them anyway. Oh, I know, right? Right. Oh my God. When we realized that I was Dobby, like I really wanted to be called Granny, but that's not how that worked out. I know, and my youngest granddaughter, it's so cute. I get these Marco Polos from her, and she just loves me so much. No, can't stand it. Was her and the boyfriend. Oh no, you're right. Oh my God, Frazzled. Holy shit, you are right. Okay, yeah, that wasn't the name of the book. Oh my God. Yep. Wow. And she was pregnant when she did that. Ugh. Yeah, these mothers, they'll get you. I'm telling you. That's Susan Smith. Remember those poor, how precious and beautiful those boys were? Oh my God, Fred, I cannot believe you know that. I forgot all about it. Oh my God. I know right where she lived here, and in Arizona, both places. It was in Chandler. We live in Chandler. Oh my God. Yep, her boyfriend at the post office. Oh, they do. My goodness. That is so crazy. I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, she lived in a trailer park here, not far from where we live right now, because it's not even a trailer park now. Um, yeah, what a POS. No, it's been going on forever. Some people don't have that motherly thing. They just don't. Yeah, I read that book. I think I know I read it like in the early 90s or something. It was a long, long time ago. My kids were little. I remember reading that because back then I didn't have much time to read. So I'd fall asleep almost as soon as I started to read. Oh my gosh. Yep. That's a pretty sad deal. I know there was a case recently. I can't think of the guy's name, that father. I can't believe I can't think of his name. But he defended himself, made a mockery of shit, just like this Daryl idiot. Um, yep, she did work at the post office, and so did the boyfriend, and so did her husband. They all worked there. Hmm. She did. Yep. Um, I don't know if you guys remember this guy that defended himself, and he had taken the kid's mother and I think one of the other kids, and he had done a lot to this boy. And so he defended himself, but the boy lived, and the first police officer on scene adopted that boy. And that father cross examined his own son. So horrible. When he was like trying to tell his son that someone had uh, coaxed him into this, and oh, it was heartbreaking. I don't know if you guys watched. It was in Florida. I can't think of his name. Oh my gosh, I could hardly take watching it. It was one of those, just like this Daryl idiot, but and the judge tolerated a lot, just like I think the judge tolerated too much in this case. But when it came down to him trying to talk about his sentencing, plead for this, that judge finally said, I'm done with your shit. No more. You have made a mockery of this. I'm not having any more of it. Thank God. I don't know how people can, because there is somebody one day going to be asking us about this. And I would not want to be that person when I stand and meet my maker. I would not want to be trying to answer for the most horrific bullshit ever. No, it's a really sad day when you think about it. And this is why we have to feel very thankful that even though we don't have our moms, we did have great ones. That's what we have to be very thankful for. At least we never had this kind of shit. And we all knew the feeling of being very, very loved. And everybody deserves that. It's like we said earlier, you know what? If you can't do that, then don't have me, for fuck's sake. Who asked for this shit? Just don't bother. Don't bother. Be responsible. Don't have a child if you don't want to take care of them. Or at least give them to somebody who will. Well, Mr. Snotty had to give the baby chihuahuas their yummy dinner. The spoiled brats. Yeah, we probably treat our chihuahuas better than she treated her children. Actually, I'm positive because they're not going to go in the dumpster at all. So funny, my phone is going crazy because my daughter has me on her Life 360. So because the trick-or-treating is going on, I'm getting notified about their movements changing a lot. That's what I'm assuming. It's because of trick-or-treating, maybe. She has me on the 360 so that she can keep tabs on me. Oh my God. She will call me and be like, oh, I can see you're over at Shell's house. I can see you're over at so-and-so's house. So, I just wanted to talk, but I know you're over there. I'm like, how do you know where I'm at? I always tend to forget that she keeps tabs on me. That's funny. Yeah, but I don't know that that's helped, Frazzle. I don't know. There's still many people having them and not wanting them. Obviously, because if you always could, if you didn't have to have them, and then why do we have so much of this? I mean, just think about even, oh my goodness, hold on. All right. Sorry, Chihuahua's going crazy. It's so hard for me to stomach when I think about Chris Watts, that little space that he put those baby girls in. Why? Right? People haven't had to have them, but they do, and they just don't take care of them. And these are just, we just know about the ones where it turns fatal and it turns horrific. How many just live a horrible existence? I don't know. I just think, if we could just simply say, you know what, treat others as you want to be treated yourself. Just that way, okay? Just let's just go there. Don't really mother and love your child. But could you just not do certain things? Oh my God. Does that make your stomach sick? I could hardly handle even learning about that. And you get it in your head, you're like, oh my God, that little space, he had to have shoved him. Oh, heartless, sick. Yeah, this stuff's just really hard. It's really hard. And I wasn't thinking that thinking today was going to be a lot better until I saw people just slinging mud and carrying on and using a child to do it. Who the hell, what makes these people any better when they want to sling mud at somebody they don't like instead of, and using this baby to do it? Good God. So, so sick. It's so disgusting. So did you guys get trick or treaters? We don't get any here. We never have had any trick or treaters since we moved to this house. Did you get any back out there? You probably do. I bet you got a lot out there. We didn't get a lot at our old house. Not a lot, but we did. We definitely had some. We don't get any here, and I'm all ready for them, excited every year, but we've never had one. I know my little granddaughter was absolutely adorable in her costume this year. That's so weird. I know. Oh, here's pictures of the kids that I didn't see. Oh my goodness. What about the grandkids, Frazzled? How did they do? Oh my goodness. These little angels. Oh my gosh. Such cute little babies. Did you see the grandkids Frazzled tonight? Did you get to see them in their costumes? Bad thing is, I always have a lot of candy, and so I just eat it. No trick or treaters, so I eat all the candy. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I see. I got the pictures of them. They're just adorable. Such a true blessing, for sure. Well, I think I'm going to end this. I'm going to finish packing us up. I'll have the baby tomorrow. Oh my God. Oh, see? Don't you love that? Okay. That is so funny that you say that because, oh my God. Our oldest granddaughter, every time we saw her, she had a different princess um, dress on, just every day of the year. She she was Belle one day, and she was always somebody. Oh my God! And that's the same thing. She would be different. They do that, and they're just so darn cute. And I'm so happy that our kids are just so very involved with their costumes, and the parents, you know, all dressing up too. It's just great. That's so funny you say that. And Tinkerbell, oh my God, me and my oldest granddaughter used to watch Tinkerbell all the time when she was little. Oh my God, that's so cute. That is so fun. I just love it. Yeah, even two of our daughters actually go to Comic Con. Like, They're really, really into that kind of stuff. Um, so I just love the way all of our kids really get all very involved in it with them too, and it's so fun. Yeah, I'm telling you, our oldest granddaughter, I swear, every single time you saw her, she had one on. I used to die laughing at that. Oh my gosh. And what a little princess she was and is. Oh my God. Oh, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think back, she's 15 years old now, and I think back to that, it just makes me die laughing. She's still a precious, precious girl. I just love it. Can't get enough of it. That's funny. Oh my goodness. So I don't know when I'll be back on. I really don't for sure. I know it'll, I'm assuming it's going to be in Savannah. That's about, but I don't know when or how. Oh, little tiny thing. Yeah, that was, oh my God, that's so funny, Frazzled. Holy crap. I used to laugh so hard. Our oldest granddaughter, just such a tiny little thing forever, that I used to make a joke that she would get her driver's license still having to sit in a car seat. Because I said, the way you have to be a certain, height, age, weight, all this, I said, that girl is never going to have her weight up there. She just was such a little tiny petite thing. Yep. Oh my God, that's so funny. Now here she is 15 and she's not in a car seat. Oh my God. I just knew she was gonna be. That's so funny. Yep. Yep, they do. Well, I have a sign on my wall that says at grandma's house the answer is always yes. And that's pretty much what happens. My 15, we went to the mall a few weeks ago when they had fall break, and my 15-year-old granddaughter and 3-year-old granddaughter, and then the baby, who's one, we all went to the mall, and we said we weren't there 10 minutes, and the oldest found some boots she liked, and so she couldn't decide if she wanted pink or black, so she got both. I don't generally say no. Oh wow, 6'3", yeah. Yikes. And so that's your boy or son-in-law? Oh my God, yeah. Oh, that's so funny. I remember that stuff too. Oh my God. Yep. Those are the things that just really get your goat. My oldest granddaughter, one time I picked her up, and the way their house was situated, we would always just go to the end of the road and turn around rather than go through the whole neighborhood. And I picked her up, and I went to the end of the road and turned around, and she said, "Oh no, don't go back there. Don't go back." I said, "I'm not." Oh my God. Yep, they're trying to be right there with the That's so funny. I still tell her that story all the time. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You're back. So do you guys mind if I go potty real quick and we can stay on for a while? You want to do that? It's up to you guys. But I have to go potty. Okay, I'm just going because I can't.
I got
have
you.
to. And
I got you, baby.
I'm going to take this with me. Hey, zip it.
Get yourself covered and fix it all up. Mr. Snotty here. Sorry for being a little late getting in. I had a conference call with the overseas team, right? Unfortunately, this is the way the world works now. Um, we do what we do here, and a lot of things go overseas. And so, conference call with the overseas team always starts about 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm not quite sure when we're going to get off. But anyway, here I am, and Jackie Snotty made me a lovely dinner, which she kept warm on the stove for me. It was absolutely fantastic, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I packed up the leftovers for 2 more meals that we can take up north with us. Let me grab my glasses real quick. I can't read any of the text. Okay, there we are. Sorry about that. Anybody watching the World Series tonight? I don't even know if it's on. I'm seeing it on the news. I don't even know if it started yet. I know there was a lot of conversation. I have a TV in my office, right? I'm home office. I have a TV in my office. And for about 4 of the 8 hours of the day, I have the Weather Channel. And there was a lot of talk on the Weather Channel about the weather in Pittsburgh tonight, threatening the game. I'm really not watching a whole lot of professional sports these days. What with all the nonsense those guys are pulling. So yeah, you guys let me know if it's something you're doing or something you're not doing. I was a big baseball fan not too many years back, but these days, not so much. Watching these guys do all their crap. So on another note, midterms coming up fairly quick, November 8th. Hopefully everybody's got their picks made, or I don't want to say picks, that's not a good term. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows who they're voting for, and they're getting the votes in, getting the votes out. And mail-in ballots are out and getting mailed in, and all the good stuff's happening. So anyway, talk with you folks later. Jackie, get back in here.
How did that go? Oh, good. I know I was like, oh my God, I have to get off. I've got to go potty big time. So did everybody enjoy Mr. Snotty? He's a pretty good guy. Yeah, we did ours too. We did this one other year, where one of us signed the wrong envelope. So we had to have this thing go on. But so we did it again this year. And so we've got that all fixed. So, yep. Because I think tomorrow's voting day, right? Is it tomorrow? Oh, first Tuesday in November. Oh, second Tuesday. Oh, is it? No. Oh, wow. The man left. Oh, so was dinner good? I made beef stroganoff for dinner tonight. And I actually sent my son home with some stew for his family. And I made monkey bread and I made biscuits. I cooked a lot today. I guess it is second Tuesday. I don't know, but it seems weird because it's been on my birthday before. So how in the hell is that possible? If it's the second Tuesday in November, it can't work that way. You can say which one screwed. Okay, yeah, it was Mr. Snotty that screwed up the envelopes. It wasn't me. I'm pretty sure I did it last time though. Yeah, he's kind of spoiled at. I make whatever he wants. But I'm one of these. I'm a force feeder. I really want everybody to eat. I'm really bad that way. But the grandkids love it. You can't believe some of the stuff I make them. Oh my gosh. I can get pretty silly with it. It's not healthy. I'm just going to say that just right now. I'm just going to say it right now. It's not healthy. Oh, I just don't understand. That's so weird because I know that voting day has been on my birthday before. So that's not possible though. If it's the second Tuesday in November. That would never have been possible. Are you looking it up? Are you looking it up? It's got to be the first, right? Yep. Okay, see, I don't think I have any Italian in me at all. Mr. Snotty does. Yep. Do you call it sauce? Or what do you call it? Babe? Gravy. But you mean sauce. Yeah, see, when I say gravy, I mean gravy. Mr. Snotty means sauce when he says gravy. Nothing wrong with grilled PB and Jason. Oh yeah, that's yummy. That's good. Grilled peanut butter and jelly is very, very good. Yeah, the grandkids love that. You call it gravy? Wow. See, to me, gravy is gravy, like flour and milk and all that. It's not red. In my world, gravy is not red. I'm having a hard time believing this about. I'm a senior now, so we get. Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Snotty is a senior also. Aren't you? Oh, brown gravy is gravy. Yeah, I call any, if it's bread, I call just sauce. I think you're wrong about the voting. I want to know now. Great. Now, what was nice is we tend to forget that he's a senior. But during COVID, it was like, oh my God, he could have been going to Costco an hour earlier, and maybe we could have got toilet paper. But we forgot he was a senior at the time. Oh, really? Okay. I don't know what all is going on, but I'm pretty sure it's the first Tuesday of November. I'm pretty sure about that. We could have gotten free ice cream. Yeah, every time they have one of those free things, I don't want any part of it. Free tacos at some place. You know what kind of damn hellacious mess that is? I don't want any part of it. Oh, is it 55? I really don't know what age it is. If that's not funny, because then I'm gonna be a senior here in just a year. What the hell? I thought I was just married to an old man. I'm not trying to be an old lady. I didn't know about that, frazzled. I thought because he was 60, he was a senior. I don't really know about Taco Tuesday. Oh shit. How we moved on to so many crazy. You get really. So I'm gonna be a senior next year. That is so not cool. I'm not. And just 10 years ago, I felt 18. I do not feel 18 anymore. You're 61. Yep. So is Mr. Snotty. I'm 54 tomorrow, I think. I think I'm 54 tomorrow. Pretty sure. I have to think about it sometimes. Oh, yeah, I don't want one. I don't want to be a senior. I'm not ready for that. I mean, I'm definitely feeling my age these days, but oh shit, it's tomorrow. Yeah, whatever. Thank you, Frazzle. I am doing something nice. I'm going to go to Savannah and see what I can do for some sweet baby. Not fight with other creators and act like a psycho. Not try to make it about something that it's not. Not going to do that. Not. Yeah, I've been getting gifts coming in from the kids for actually a few weeks now. And right, not long after we get back from Right. Not long after we get back from Savannah, we're going to go to Vegas for our grandson's regional playoff football game. Oh, well, thank you. I definitely have I've aged a lot. I don't know about everybody else, but menopause is not fun at all. I don't feel like I aged at all until menopause. That was not fun. And nobody ever tells you about that. Nobody ever says, listen, menopause sucks bad. My sister didn't tell me that. I don't know why no one ever tells you that, because it is horrible, horrible, horrible. It it really messed with me for sure. I aged so much. And I didn't see it coming. I didn't, because I did it overnight. Oh, I love Vegas too. I do. I love it a lot. And we're not very far from Vegas here, so yeah, Frazzle, do you hate menopause or what? I don't know. I did mine in one day, and I just had to do it overnight and live with it. I hadn't even started naturally going through menopause when I had a complete hysterectomy, and bang, boom, smash, there you go. Your whole life changes immediately, overnight. Me too. Oh my God. Yep, me too. I was 42. Oh, hi, Tiffany. Oh, thank you. No, it absolutely has turned into a mess, and it really irritates the shit out of me that we're gonna act like idiots about this and take advantage of a baby. Yeah, I was 42, but yeah, I couldn't take hormones either. I can't take hormones either. So no, it's just that's it. Yeah, and oh God, Frazzle, it sucks. Ugh, menopause is the worst. The weight gain, the hot flashes. I mean, the psychoticness. Like you literally think things are happening that aren't. It's just that's a real thing. I started thinking, okay, back in the day, remember, like they just always gave women hysterectomies just because, and then right? Oh my God! So back in the day, they gave them uh, women all hysterectomies. They proved that that was just like one of the most unnecessary surgeries that were just happening. And then they would just lock them up because of course they were crazy. Like they didn't understand. That was a bad deal. But I know how crazy it was and how freaking hot it is. Does anybody else just feel like they're on freaking fire? Yeah, you're pissed off, you're hot. Oh, it's not funny at all. It sucks so bad. And I didn't know that that would happen. I really didn't understand. My doctor said, you can't take hormones, but, it's going to suck, but you'll be okay. Oh my God. All of a sudden I was like, oh, I don't think I'm okay. First of all, the fan's not hitting me and I'm about ready to just lose my shit. Yeah, anger. It's really bad. I don't feel like we're prepared for that. It's like we talk about um puberty and all this stuff. Nobody says, oh, just wait till the big boom hits your life. And oh my God. Okay. See, you guys both at 35. Wow. I'm so sorry. I think I was 40. I think I was 42. No. Yeah. I think I was 42, but yes. And just overnight. No, I needed it too. No, my doctor said, it'd be really great if we could just keep anything, but we can't. It's all bad. Yeah, I think I was 42 and I'm 54 tomorrow. So, yeah, it has been a long road and it sucks. But I think you have to finally get your head around the fact that you still get angry for no reason. You do. I know I do. But at first, I was really getting angry. And then I finally had to say, oh, wow. Like, I remember laying in bed and going, okay, you know what? I have had it with this. I've had it with that. And tomorrow I am lighting everybody an ass. And then I would realize, okay, none of that's actually happening to you. So you might want to check yourself here. But still, Mr. Snotty got all the air from the fan, and I was ready to just go crazy because I'm hot. So hot. And that's not even it. It's the head shit that's worse than anything. Right? If you could just be pissed off about being hot. But no. There's so much going on there. My sister did it at 34. So I'm like, why didn't you tell me? What the hell? Who are you talking about? Mm. Oh, okay, I get it now. Oh, really? Right. I really can't believe that people don't talk about it more. Because I wish somebody would have even said to me, you're not even going to be right in the head. You're just not. No, and then I would just even hear somebody talking about it. My daughter was saying something one day, and I was like, really? Really? You don't even know. You don't even know. Don't piss me off. No, I never realized. I really felt like I was psychotic. No, because I think what we do, we just, we handle everything. We can handle everything. We're going to, I think only 2 times since I've been married to Mr. Snotty has he touched the washer, and I'm like, what are you doing? I got this. Because to me, that is a failure. If he feels like he has to touch the washer ever, then I have failed. So, that we really just have to, we feel we have to handle our shit. Like postpartum, it needs to get out. Yeah, right. Don't you ever remember hearing about people talk about, like, it was not uncommon that women were just, what do you call it? Not hospitalized. I mean, they just got locked up for being crazy. Well, of course they were crazy. I know how the washer works. I don't want them doing anything. When we first got married, so funny, because he's always worked from home, and I came home from work, and I saw that he did some laundry, and I go, "Hey, what are you doing?" Well, I just thought I'd get it, and I was like, hold on, I don't want you to do that. I want to do things a certain way anyway. So he lifted the lid on the washer and took a Sharpie and said, "Okay, number one, just give me your rules and I'll write them on here." And I go, he goes, "Okay, so what's rule number one?" And I go, "Don't do the laundry. That's the rule." "No, just tell me." And I was like, "I'm not even kidding you. First of all, I definitely don't want nobody doing my clothes. Hell no." Oh my God. Bacteria. I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. I actually don't know what that is, Tiffany. First, don't touch my shit for sure. I'm not even going to give you rules. Don't. Rule is don't do it. That's my rule. Don't do it. But I also don't. I also definitely feel like I have failed my family if I don't handle everything. I don't know what bacterial meningitis is. I mean, I guess I don't really understand it. Oh my God. Oh, institutional. Okay. Yep. No, you're right. You're right. That used to happen a lot though, right? Yeah. I was going to say, how is it? Am I a Capricorn? I'm Scorpio. Um, yeah. How long are you going to be on antibiotics and stuff? I don't really understand that. It's something I just don't know about. Yeah. How are you getting along though? That's weird though that you're on an IV at home. Is that weird? To me, it is, but no, I think you're absolutely right, Frazzle. No, it was like, she's crazy. Just, she needs to be locked up. That's what I think happened too. I think you're right. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm very sorry to hear that, Tiffany. That's terrible. And how do you feel though right now? Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Well, it's good you're on the mend at least. So you have a nurse that comes in. Do you also have family? And I don't know. Well, I hope so. Oh, I'm really happy to hear that for sure. I'm really sorry to hear that. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Well, that helps everything too. Yep. The kids just do it for you, don't they? I love it. Until we moved into this house, um, we've been empty nesters for quite some time, but we stayed in this great big house. And 3 years ago, we decided that we don't need all that house. So we moved. But before that, all the kids had clickers and keys. They just were in the house, and I absolutely loved it. Wouldn't even know they're coming. They were just there. It was like, yay. Just love it. The kids. Yeah, that kind of stuff really does it for you. So I know that Mr. Snotty has told me not to act like, bring all of our bring all of our Jerry Springer life to everybody. But I think I told you guys that it turns out that some friends of ours are going to be in Savannah. We didn't know this prior to planning the trip. I just found out the other day. Um, but the funniest part of this, if you want to be entertained, Tiffany, okay, just let me tell you that the friends of ours that we are going to end up seeing in Savannah is my ex-husband and his wife. I love his wife. I love her to pieces. I just love her to death. Her and I are very close. We talk all the time. And because of her health, they live in Colorado. She can't handle the winters there. So they travel. Um, they travel, they have an RV and they just travel around the country, seeing all the different kids and grandkids. And it just so happens they're going to be there. I absolutely, she every day now, she's like, oh my God, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. Yeah, she's awesome. Oh, that's awesome, Tiffany. No, we really are going. We're leaving Wednesday morning. Yeah, Mr. Snotty and my ex-husband talk on the phone. They spent Christmas with us. They're, actually, he got married 3 times after he and I divorced, but this wife is amazing. I love her to death. I just do. I feel very close with her. We're like really, really close friends, and we're family. I mean, she's a wonderful stepmother to my kids and my grandkids. She's awesome. And like I said, my ex-husband calls Mr. Snotty. They talk on the phone. Yeah, they do. They trade investment. They do actually. They do. Mhm. We've actually gone on another trip with them that we planned. This one was not planned at all. No, that's exactly right. It's good for the kids. The first year we had them here for Christmas, my kids were like, "Thank you so much for doing that." You know, my mom always had my dad for Christmas and Thanksgiving. No, it absolutely is. It's the best thing for everybody. It really is. I know it's so funny that like I said, when he was married to his other wives, they didn't like me, and so that was fine. Um, but and even then, I remember one time my grandson was like, "Do you know my grandpa?" And I was like, kind of, yeah, I do." Yep, yep. That his wife now has been she really put everybody together. She did. She has just been amazing, and I'm so thankful for her. I'm very happy to have her in my life. It's weird that like his other wives, I didn't care anything about, just whatever. They just happened to hate me for no reason. But this one's like, why would I hate you? You have great kids. You know, no reason to hate you. So we actually have a great time. Like I said, we text each other daily almost. Shows them how much. No, I think it's absolutely wonderful. It is. And, it seemed kind of weird at first, a little bit. Well, it seemed a lot weird, but it doesn't even now. It's like it's kind of weird because I kind of feel like he's just like my friend's husband. You know, the thing is, everybody loves the kids, and so it's really better to just be. There's no reason to fuss. I mean, I don't have any issues with him now. I'm not married to him anymore. I didn't have any issues before when his other wives didn't like me, but because I get along very, very well with his family. I always have, even when we divorced, his grandmother and um, her and I always got along very well, and I think that upset his wives for at first. Um, and even his mother and stepfather have always come to our house for every holiday. They come to Christmas they always have. So I'm very close with my former mother-in-law. Very, very close. And I think that probably bothered some of the wives. I don't know. I wasn't trying to ever be part of their stuff, but Yeah, this one's great. So yeah, it is kind of weird. I was gonna say that the other night. Mr. Snotty's like, okay, just don't. No, but it is good. For people to just behave as adults is really good enough. Because you have weddings, you have all these things that you're doing, and it's not good for the kids to have to be like, okay, well I have, you know, have two different parties or whatever. That's not fair. They don't ever ask for any of that. No, that is so true because you know what? I just love the way she totally loves my kids. She does. She loves the kids, she loves the grandkids, and I just couldn't be happier. So, um, our latest baby is named after me and him. Uh, and I watch him. They don't live here, but I send her pictures like every day of the baby, and she loves it. And I love people who love my kids too. You know, yeah, that feels awesome when somebody is like, we all know how that feels because like, of course, like I always want to tell my mom things that kids do, and I can't. But if I can, I tell her, and she just gets it. She totally gets it. It's awesome. It's really awesome. And it's not weird at all that we all knew each other since junior high. He actually married everybody he married after we divorced was somebody we went to high school with. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I didn't go down that road. Even my kids were like, is he dating from like classmates.com or what's happening here? So that's the thing. Everybody he married was somebody I already knew, and that's so funny. Yeah, I think that's what Mr. Snotty was wanting me to not talk about all that. So funny. Oh my god. No, it's a good thing when everybody gets along. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh, he's such a sweet little baby. And of course, I send everybody pictures of him all day long. What? What do you mean what? I don't know. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Tiffany. I really do. I'm going to be praying for you. Oh yeah, I'm going to be going live while I'm there. I'm going to try to show you guys things. I want to sleuth around. I want to check shit out. So I'm going to be going live and seeing. I'm not going to be causing upheaval. I just can't get into all that. But I can't wait for you to see it either. I hope you do. Okay, my husband went to high school with me. Yeah, no, yeah, I went to high school with my ex-husband too, and so did all of his other wives. I know, it's so weird. When my kids would tell me about his new wife, I'm like, yep, no, I know her. I know her too. Yeah, I got married right out of high school. Oh, he does not have a channel yet. No, he just hanging out with me. Yeah, he's kind of busy. He's normally not home this much. When I first started this channel, he for the first 2 weeks he wasn't even here. He was gone. He was watching it from somewhere else. He actually travels a lot, but he's been home for a little bit. He's actually got some really big trips coming up, so he'll be gone again. But yeah, he's pretty awesome though. I got a winner this time for sure. I went good. Okay, get some rest and feel better. Praying for you and can't wait to catch up in Savannah. I hope so. Thanks. Nice. That's very nice. It was great conversation. It was awesome. I think I will have a great night too. I'm going to get some sleep because I've been tired all day. I couldn't seem to wake up today. Even when you get that second cup of coffee and it's like, oh, I just can't. My mom used to say she was going to put toothpicks in her eyelids to keep her eyes open. That's funny, Frazzled. Too much in common here with all this, huh? Do you think about dating, Frazzled? I think I actually asked you this before. Because I know we talked about. Oh, you're going to go. Okay. Thank you so much. And good night, too. And we will see you in Savannah. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody have a great night. Love you guys. I can't wait to see you in Savannah. Yay.